Tonight, the Eagles and Saints collide. Watch them spark at Waverley Park.
Hi everyone, welcome along to Waverley Park for more action from the Ansett Australia Cup. Tonight it's the third quarter-final between the West Coast Eagles and St Kilda. And of course both these sides coming off good wins. Back in Game 4 the Eagles defeated Collingwood by 54 points. And in Game 5 it was the Saints overpowering Port Power by 30 points. Tonight's winner advances to the second semi-final next Saturday.
The 1998 Ansett Australia Cup brought to you by EA Sports. Ansett Australia, Solo, Nike, and National Australia Bank.
So away we go. That says it all. Everett off his long run with the leap. Beaten for it though, knocked down by Gardner. Coming away with it is Healy, gets the hand pass off to support Peckett. Peckett drives it down towards half forward. Lappin is up at the second attempt, claim the mark. Hand passes to the run of Thompson. Thompson, probing kick inside the 50. Heatley worked out of it. Ball falls free in front. Shot by Beveridge is off to the left-hand side and to behind.
Well, the body work was done there by Johnny Worsfold on Heatley. And haven't yet exactly picked up whether that is the direct matchup. It'll be a very interesting one if that's the case. But Beveridge in underneath the contest there, a good rover, picked up a couple of goals against Port Adelaide.
The West Coast boys wearing black armbands in respect for club stalwart Ron Lorimer, who passed away suddenly during the week. Maybe with a bit of time we can elaborate on that a little bit later. This is Robert Harvey with the football, goes in short, and the mark is taken by Brown. Looks to play on quickly, hand pass to Lowe. Morrison nearly intercepted. Away to Lappin. Lappin's kick to the goal front, punched away by Matera. To the fall of the ball, Heatley. Snapshot by Everett is high, offline. It is another score to the Saints, but just to behind, kicked by Peter Everett. Just while there is a bit of a lull in play, Ron started as a property steward with Swan Districts in 1980, and he joined the West Coast in 1988, received a 10-year service award in 1997. So well, a bit of a loss. Only a young club, the West Coast Eagles, but obviously a respected person, Ron Lorimer. Good mark taken there by Stuart Lowe from the kick in. He's going to go short. Opportunity now. Mark is taken by Thompson. And he'll shoot for goal directly in front, only 20 metres out.
Geez, what an adventurous kickoff there from Peter Matera, looking for Drew Banfield, who, in my generation's language, is only just a 6-footer, and lurking behind was Stuart Lowe, and really it's come back too quick.
Thompson shoots for goal, and it looks all right. It's a goal to St Kilda. So the first goal of the match to Andrew Thompson. The Saints lead by 8 points. They may have been the underdog coming in here, but they've certainly got off to a cracking start.
We just see Peter Matera here, just trying to pick Banfield out there. Some support there from Lovell, but the combination were no match for Big Stewie. Late withdrawal from last week's game against Port Adelaide back, and the good kick. Thompson in the hole finishes it off well.
Easy, Price, easy.
Saints by 8 points then. Wall doing the ruck work this time, knocks it down. Sharks by Brown. Brown kicks inside the 50, low in best position. Went after it a second time, couldn't reef it in. Matera, high kick towards the outer side wing. Cousins backing back on Peckett. Peckett knocked it on the ground. Banfield soccers off the ground. It's picked up by Holmes. Holmes towards midfield. Leaping behind there was Zilla. Fisted it down. Taken by Morrison. Gets away from Lappin. Morrison through the centre. Kicks inside the attacking 50 for the Eagles, and surely a Mark Andor free kick. Well done by McIntosh. I think he marked it despite the interference head on.
On the mark, Dave, right there.
So Ashley McIntosh right on the edge of his range.
It's certainly bordering on a 50, but obviously not deemed to be enough by Scotty McLaren, but would have certainly thought about it.
Nice looking kick. Beautiful kick by McIntosh. It's a goal.
So Mick Malthouse opening up with the opposite end of the bookends, I guess, at either end of the ground, with McIntosh, more known as a full back, and Fruster, more known as a full forward, swapping over. And McIntosh, he does know how to play. Often he goes down there. And what I like about him in the forward line is that he's a very, very strong competitor in the air. And even underneath the buffeting there, I think he always had control of the ball.
Very good kick by Ashley McIntosh for the West Coast Eagles' first goal. Saints lead by 2 points. And it is just very, very early in the first term. The third quarter final of the Ansett Cup. The winner of this match will play next Saturday night against the winner of tomorrow night's match between Melbourne and the Western Bulldogs. Rod Keogh for St Kilda kicks to the goal square. At the back, Morrison. He's going to mop it up. He's got a little bit of time to steady off the left foot. Kicks it out wide. Jakovic under a bit of pressure. Gets it back now to Fuster. Fuster in towards centre-half back proper. Gatherer's all right. This is Reid. Reid swings across the half-back line, kicks it out wide towards the wing, and the mark is taken out here for the West Coast by Jason Ball. Ball for West Coast Eagles, kicks over the wing. Quite a straightforward mark in the finish, taken by Zilla from behind Wirrapunda. Zilla's kick down the wing. Mark taken by Thompson, the goal kicker for St Kilda. No one really to kick to, bounces, and then kicks in, and fortunately for St Kilda, it lands on the chest of Lappin. He's 50 metres from goal. Matthew Lappin, very, very skillful player for St Kilda. Goes in short. The lead was provided by Heatley. The ball hits the deck, and away goes Matera. Magnificent footballer, Peter Matera. Brilliantly balanced. 3 bounces and then kicks to half forward, and McIntosh out in front is marked in front of his face. He looks to play on quickly. 2 are 1-on-1. Back there was Cousins. He's beaten for it on this occasion by Peckett. Peckett to gather and then kick across the full back line. Perhaps could have done a little bit better with the kick out in front of Winmar. It trundles over for a boundary throw-in.
Saints led it by 2 points. Beautiful night in Melbourne.
Boys, arms up.
Big day, of course, for the Grand Prix. Currently quite warm. Wakeland goes up, won it down. Zilla couldn't control it. Schofield emerges from the pack, hooks it across his body down towards the kick-off line. Awkward one there, the half volley for Wakeland. Ricochets back, taken high, perhaps Williams, nothing doing. Wakeland, that's Shane, gets it across to Everett. Everett spears the pass towards the outer side, but the man who was speared, as it turned out, was Drew Banfield. He worked his way in front. McIntosh had to wait, will flirt with the idea of going on, but does not. Wakeland overcommitted there, went careering by, but McIntosh decided to take the set shot.
And Dennis, what a great attack on the ball there from Drew Banfield. Aussie Jones just pauses just that moment, and Banfield came powering past him to meet the ball, take it, back off the mark very, very quickly, able to pick McIntosh.
Right on it,
so McIntosh for the first one,
he's right on it,
the focal point here tonight.
His dad was a star with the Saints, of course, John.
Number 8, Kilda, stay out.
What's he done? I think he's missed. He has a behind. So a point the difference. 1-1-1-2. Right half back, he goes up towards the wing, and Ball, who missed the mark. Good shepherd from Everett, releases Jones. Jones, little chip pass. Either one of two could take that. Thompson, who's been very lively to start this game, he's got it on the wing. Penetrating kick inside the 50, low, held by the arm and taken high as well. Take your pick. What did he pay, John?
I can't believe that Jakovic has questioned it. The only confusion Dave Howlett has was which one he'd signal, whether he'd signal holding the arm here or whether he'd signal the high tackle there. I mean, take your pick. And then Glenn Jakovic turns and says, what are you paying that one for?
It was like a mugging. He was missing the pistol. So big Stewie.
He did look a bit proppy just a minute ago, Andrew Thompson, and he's off the ground, Dennis.
That's bad luck because he started well.
4 kicks.
Take him out, thanks. Take him out.
Stewie Lowe. Rippling. Kicks from about 40. It's close. It's good.
Well, what what a key he is to the St Kilda side. He has really improved his goal scoring over the last 5 or 6 years. I mean, historically, we go back to when Peter Hudson went down to St Kilda as the football manager and the work that he put in on the Stewie. He gets his free kick purely from being in the front position, being in the right spot that a centre half forward has to be, pushing hard back against his opponent.
Well, what great physiques, both Stuart Lowe and Glenn Jakovich there. A good contest, unfortunately for Jakovich, giving away the free kick. The goal going to Stuart Lowe from the resultant free kick. And they're into attack again, the Saints. Mark taken by Morrison for the West Coast. Feeds the hand pass out to Matera. This is Peter Matera. He's had about 6 kicks already across the half-back line. Heady to Crum across the wing. Kicks towards full forward. McIntosh and Wakeland. The ball spills for Hudson. He plays it pretty well in the finish. Peckett helped out. Very good support running there by Zilla. Zilla's kick is high, lands close to the wing. Big leap provided by Cook, couldn't take the mark. This is Mitchell, who replaced Thompson. Hand pass there for the West Coast Eagles by Crabb. Spills again to Mitchell, the ex-Dockers player. Now it comes to Holmes. He's brilliantly tackled by Lappin. Chance again here for Crabb. Crabb away from half-back. The kick probably not as weighted as well as he would have liked, and Hudson can't control it. It goes over for throw-in just forward of centre wing in the West Coast Eagles attacking half.
What's impressive about St Kilda just at the moment is that their centre line is working very hard back into defence to put numbers there. Time and again we're seeing Nicky Winmar or Zilla or Jones back across half-back ready to run the ball out with their defenders.
Schofield, a hand pass to Heady, very high kick, gained about 15 metres. Loose ball at the back, and the Saints do nicely. Cripps got it to Harvey. They work it out. This is Beveridge driving it up towards the wing and Low, causing some problems early. Off hands it fell behind. Morrison a half chance. Low emerges with it. Brilliantly done. Got it to Lappin. Lappin across to Brown. Brown from 40 goes long. And I think he's missed. Deserved a goal. It was a brilliant build-up that started at right half back. Chain of hand passes. Some burst play down the wing. And the finish just wide.
Yeah, that's the key at the moment. They are getting their numbers back, but this is the second attack that St Kilda got into the goal-scoring area through just charging at the ball. Earlier we had a kick off the ground and a contest in the centre. This time it was Stewie Lowe just barging his way through the contest.
I don't know much about rugby league or rugby union, but by golly, if Stuart Lowe wouldn't be a valuable player playing that caper, that was just typical, strong, robust play by a big man with muscles everywhere, it looks like at the moment. He looks in tip-top shape.
He does. A late withdrawal last week, a hip injury or something, but to miss a game there that early in the season last week and to come back looking the way he is, you would suggest he's in for a very good early part of the season at least.
St Kilda lead 15-7. Now the chance for Mitchell. His kick towards full forward Heatley and Worsfold, backed up by Ball. Hand pass goes out wide to Holmes. Holmes, that hand pass not all that accurate, but Matera was able to tidy up. Hand pass away to Lovell. Lovell looks and then kicks long towards right half forward Antonowitz. Now Cousins gets it back to Gehrig. Gehrig was with his first effective possession. Good play there by Wakeland, made it difficult for McIntosh. Back to Antonowitz. His kick in the direction of Williams. Chopped off very well by Cripps. Borks then delivers the hand pass wide to Harvey. Harvey, the short pass is all right. Out in front of Heatley, knocked away by Worsfold. Look at Harvey's running. Magnificent stuff by the Brownlow medalist. And his kick is equally as good. Out in front of, difficult for Jakovich. And Lowe completes a terrific passage of play. Created by Harvey, and it finishes with Lowe.
That is just sensational running here by Robert Harvey. He controls the ball all the way down. He's always knowing what's going on around him. And that's a great example there for any young player. Just keep following your kick up. And here he gets a second chance here. And the second kick to Lowe is sensational.
Stay with me, Jacko.
Well, Lowe is kicking from about 40 metres. These are the kicks, the distance of the kick that
boys, no closer over
prior to what you were talking about, Terry, with the lessons he received from Peter Hudson, really gave him problems. So we'll just have a look now. He's about 40 metres out, slight angle, beautiful kick, straight over the goal umpire's head. It's a goal. Stuart Lowe has his second on the scoreboard. Good start by St Kilda. They lead by 14 points.
It is a very good start, and yeah, they're getting the goals down at their attacking end, obviously, but I think the most impressive part for me is their work across half-back. The way in which they've been able to get numbers back there. They spin the ball with handball until they eventually create a runner. This occasion it's Harvey, but previously it's been Aussie Jones, it's been Luke Beveridge. Enough players generating strong long runs from half-back.
St Kilda 3-3. The Eagles 1-1. The margin 14 points then. Great start by the Saints, who are running hard and sharing the ball well. There's the bounce. Gardner goes up and beats Cook this time. Knocked it down at the base of the pack. Brown tries to get it out. Slung out of there by Crabb. Hetty gets it across to Banfield. Banfield goes down towards half forward. Fisted away by McIntosh. Slapped out of there by the Saints, but only as far as Cousins. Cousins goes for goal. The Eagles get their second.
Well, I think if you had a good look at the replay here, Hudson tried to knock the ball clear. I guess if he pulls it back in, he risks being penalised, but he knocks it away to the front of the goals, basically.
Yeah, he did. He needed to be able to go a little bit more towards the boundary line, but you know, that's a tough one there. As you said, the umpire would be watching for a defender always to pull the ball in. Be that as it may, Cousins was in the right position. He had himself back behind the ball running onto it, so if there was to be a ball to pick up, he would be running onto goal. That was the perfect spot for a half-forward flanker to be working that particular contest.
Well, in a game that involves the West Coast Eagles, there's been a bit of free scoring in this first term. 5 goals so far between the two teams. The umpire's found a free kick here.
Against Ben Cousins for dropping the footy.
Fair enough. And it goes to Mitchell. He's had his 3rd possession. He came on to replace Andrew Thompson. Oh, great mark. Terrific mark, Stuart Lowe.
When he's in this mood, he's almost impossible to beat, isn't he?
Oh, I mean, we all marvel at the size of Glenn Jakovic. Now we've got him pitted up against Stuart Lowe, and the thing about Stuart is at the moment he is able to read the play coming down the ground so very well. He has great confidence in his teammates upfield to be able to deliver the ball to him out in front, so he's confident enough to charge out and get the break on Jakovic and be leading him by a couple of metres once the contest arrives.
That's not one of those toy footballs in his hands, Terry, is it? 21 plays 13, St Kilda lead. Stuart Lowe going for his 3rd goal, and that goal umpire hasn't moved again. It's another one. I tell you what, his kicking has improved more than any other player you've seen in the AFL in the last 5 years.
Very much so. And what it does allow us, Ro, is to have a look at perhaps how many players weren't given a chance to continue on in league football because they were branded as having perhaps a deformed skill, so to speak. Stuart Lowe has worked very much at this, a great example for players that you can actually correct a technical forward skill.
Straight in and out, Gav, all right?
Stewie Lowe has grabbed this game and shaken it. Glenn Jakovic, for one, is shaken. 3 goals in the opening term. Stands on the phone. You'd have to like this, though. 27-13. Cook decisively down to Mitchell. Hurried kick towards half forward. High bounce down there. Schofield comes away. Schofield towards half forward for the Eagles. Under the ball is Gearig at the 2nd attempt. No, couldn't get it. Jones throws it on the boot. It was touched off the boot. Wanders down towards half forward. This is Schofield. Rides one bump. Gets away. Good evasion. Schofield miscues with a kick, though. Awkward half volley for Winmar. He gave it up. Hetty dragged down. Matera twisting, turning on the ground. They stay off him. Tries to feed it across to Gardner. In there is Lappin. Lappin gives it across to Beveridge. Beveridge boots it towards half forward. And Holmes is in the road. Holmes has got it.
Okay.
Back towards half back. Side down by 14 points. Long kick towards centre half forward. Wakeland, both of them up there. Trying to crash through was Williams. Lappin picks it up, kicks it back towards the wing. 2 Eagles leading back in the race down there, trying to control the ball. Crabb comes across to him once more. Little chip pass, and he finds McIntosh.
This indicates the Eagles' structure at the moment that McIntosh is so far out from goal, trying to get on the end of something. They're really struggling at the moment to get through half forward.
Short kick by McIntosh. And this bloke's playing probably across the half-back, full-back line. He's drifted down to gather the ball 50 metres from goal. It's a pretty good kick. And how did Banfield get on his own on the goal line? Well, there'll be a few questions asked there, I'm sure, from the coach's box. Drew Banfield will shoot for goal, and shouldn't kick the Eagles' third goal.
Well, I think that was a result, Robbo, of the West Coast Eagles forward line being so much in disarray. But McIntosh was well out there. They had to get onto Matera, and there was this whole gap here for him to run into.
And Banfield does kick a goal. So Drew Banfield's first goal. The Eagles get their third. They trail by 8 points with 5 minutes left in the first term.
Well, that's a good sign there to get those last 2 goals there. Cousins running onto one, and now Banfield. Again, it's the midfield players who are being asked to get the goals in this early part. The forward line structure just needs a little bit more strength in it. I think they need one of the bigger players to stay at home here in that goal square.
A young Eagles supporter finding it hard to smile. Although they got the last goal. Trailed by 8 points, but certainly on balance of play, the Saints looking much more effective. Gardner and Cook will go at it here. Bounce back over the head of Gardner. Still won it, though. Did pretty well in that situation. Brown could have been held without it. Gardner picks it up, throws it on the boot. It goes very high towards half forward. Peckett coming across. Knocked the ball to his own advantage. Found it on the ground. Was disposed of. Chance for Jones. Could have been tripped. He'll get the free. Incidentally, the umpires tonight, Howlett, McLaren and Ellis. Jones. Pinpoint accuracy. This is Lappin. He's away on the wing towards half forward. Beveridge. Good mark over committed Schofield. Beveridge away. Was pushed in the back as he kicked. It goes down towards full forward. Defiant fist from Ball. Roving the pack. Keogh wants his left side. Can't buy that dummy. It was smothered off the boot and goes across the line. Boundary throw in right full forward. A couple of Eagles bought it. One old head did not.
Well, that was a perfect example, wasn't it, of a guy who is not real confident in getting good distance and accuracy with his non-preferred kicking foot, Rod Keogh, putting himself under pressure. Here he goes with the right foot. It's not bad. There's a free kick. It's going to the West Coast Eagles. Might have been against, well, it's either Jason Heatley or Stuart Lowe that has infringed against Djakovic. Djakovic, a little kick into the pocket. The mark taken by Ball. 27 plays 19. St Kilda lead by 8 points. Stuart Lowe has kicked 3 goals. Andrew Thompson has kicked 1. For the West Coast, Banfield, Cousins and McIntosh are their goal kickers. And when Banfield kicked the goal, at the resumption of play, he went right back to the defensive end of the square, looking as though he's meant to attack as soon as the ball is bounced. He becomes a sweeping player through the centre bounce, Terry.
Yeah, just looking to create that wave of players running through, and more often not, it is the ruck rover. Banfield has the job on Brown. Getting back there does assist his defence.
Jones, he's kicked towards centre half forward. Coming away as Holmes. He's doing pretty well for the Eagles.
Very well.
Nice looking kick out wide in the direction there of Williams. His opponent is Cripps. And just a little kick in front of himself. Jason Cripps sees it over.
Robbo, Dipper down here.
Robbo, took it over. Dipper, yes.
Just talking about Andrew Thompson, he's been off the ground now for about 15 minutes. It's still trying to manipulate his back. He's got a severe cork in his backside at the moment.
Wakeland doing the ruck work. Kicked forward there by Cook. Gathered by Keogh. Knocked away by Heady. Ball spills to the ground. Schofield brilliantly tackled by Keogh, but he's able to get the hand pass away, so it probably wasn't as effective as the Saints would have liked. The ball now up towards half forward. This is Gehrig going for the kick across the face of goal. Looking out there for Stone. Kicked forward by Banfield. Looks like another goal to Drew Banfield. Great kick by Banfield. He's kicked the Eagles' last 2 goals, and the margin now just 2 points in favour of St Kilda.
This has been a good last 10 minutes here for the West Coast Eagles. I don't think St Kilda have fallen down in their work load through the centre of the ground. They just haven't been able to finish the work off across half forward. The contest with Stewie Lowe is starting to tighten up. The Eagles now generating a little bit of run. 2 goals of Banfield as the midfield, a good result.
Just 2 points the margin now, approaching quarter time. Both coaches animated tonight. Stan Elves a great job last season after that shaky start. Took the Saints to the grand final after a 1-4 beginning. Perhaps had that man played, the man we just saw, Peter Everett, even the grand final may have been different. Sock it down towards half forward. Cousins gets back. Somehow Matera somehow gets through that pack. Well played, Matera, but the kick not the equal of the earlier good work. Peckett got it to Zilla. Back it comes to Peckett in the true centre-half back position. Peckett decides to bounce it. Enterprising play. He kicks it down towards half forward. Morrison set himself. Loose ball at the back. Hacked out of mid-air by Lovell. It bounces out towards the boundary. Morrison kept it in play. Morrison, now he's got a problem. Lapping into his back. He was a bit lucky there, Morrison. The thing to do, obviously, was run it across the line.
Yeah, when you're hemmed into defence, as Chad Morrison is there, really, the old adage, the boundary line is a defender's best friend. He needed to disguise it, and in actual fact, just step over the line.
Morrison's kick gives it straight up. Harvey is marked. Stone, number 22 for the West Coast. Robert Harvey looking for a penalty there, but not forthcoming. St Kilda lead this game at the moment by 2 points. It's close to quarter time. Harvey's kick in the direction of Lowe. The ball spills to the back. The 224s, Worsfold, and Heatley. And Heatley infringing against the West Coast Eagles captain, Johnny Worsfold. Well, have they appointed him captain for 1998, Dennis, as yet?
Not to my knowledge, no. There was speculation last week, but he's a certainty, I would think.
Fair enough. Short kick is onto the chest of Glenn Jakovic, another one of their on-field leaders. His kick has been well marked by Ball. Gets the hand pass to Schofield. Schofield just tries to weight it so the player can run onto it. Gehrig, not able to take the mark. And actually Hudson, wearing him like a glove, not doing such a bad job.
Yeah, good acknowledgement there, Robert. Maxi Hutchin just able to do enough in that final lunge just to get a hand in there. Gehrig perhaps still should have marked the ball, but enough work from the defender to spoil it.
Good contest here physically between Everett and Ball. And kicked away in the finish there by Crabb.
What a night he's got. He's running with Robert Harvey. He's worked very, very hard to date. Which is a big task if he's going to do it for 4 quarters.
He's got about another 24 kilometres to go.
Hey, Johnny, at least he'd learn how to get near the ball, wouldn't he? If you keep running with Robert Harvey, you're going to get a fair bit of it.
Just follow that backside.
Exactly. And now the umpire's found a free kick. It looks as though it's going to St Kilda, back on centre wing. The kick did go forward, but the umpire had blown his whistle, and the ball will come back to Luke Beveridge. And he's been a very serviceable player, Luke Beveridge. He squeezed quite a bit of football out in an AFL, VFL, AFL career now. Jakovic put under pressure. Short kick. Beveridge, the high flyer. Maybe just misjudged it a little bit there, but look at Harvey. He slides onto it, recovers his position, and then kicks it forward. Sit underneath that, Gavin Mitchell. He did well. Winmar sweeps around onto the left foot. Look at this. Beautiful stuff by Winmar. It's a goal to the Saints. A very skillful player in the Darren Jarman mould. Right or left foot. Winmar gets St Kilda's 5th goal. They lead by 8 points.
It's a great bit of a finishing work here. Great work here by Robert Harvey to ground to gather the ball, protecting it, if you will, but then quickly up onto his feet and wasting no time. And then the silky smooth stills of Nicky Winmar. Injury-free this year, missed last week, a bit of an illness, but physically he's in very, very good condition for the start of this season.
Half a minute to go, opening term. And the Saints again dig it out of the centre as the ball comes down towards half forward from Brown. Lowe, who's been the star of the term, almost the juggled mark. Banfield, he's worked hard, comes away from defence. Short one on the bounce. Lovell was leaving before he had the ball taken front on by Mitchell, who picked his pocket, and then is claimed out there by Stone, and will have a ball up. Well played by Gavin Mitchell. The State of Origin player the year before last. 15 games last season for the Dockers. He's got some ability. And it's quarter time. And that was an interesting quarter. Start of the second term then. And that first one was very good. In stark contrast to the game we saw last night, which was a real slog, North Melbourne and Essendon. This one, I guess because of the nature of the venue as well, really opened up, and some hard running as the rucks go at it. Everett, brilliantly done. At his feet, Beveridge got it, booted it out towards half forward. Lappin falling to the ground, tried to get the ball to Jones, tried again in vain. Coming through Banfield, having a good game, feeds it forward. This is Cousins. Cousins on the burst and on the wing. Goes down towards half forward. And a push in the back to Donnelly, says the umpire.
It looked a bit soft to me, Dennis. I don't think Donnelly was really shoved. I think he made it look a lot worse than it really was. But hope I haven't lost any West Coast Eagles supporters there.
Andrew Donnelly's mum and dad.
You're back in last night's form, Johnny. Don't apologise. This is Winmar. We like you on their back. Across it comes to Harvey. Harvey's got the ball in the back pocket, lures a man, then goes back to Peckett. Peckett running up towards half-back, kicks towards the wing. Mitchell leads in the race, stops it, keeps it in. That's ambitious considering the opposition. Matera did well to knock the ball away. It's socket forward by the Eagles. Peckett involved earlier, stops it, traps it, runs around the outer side, kicks down towards half forward this time. Low again. What a great grab. Man coming back at him. Trianides takes the hand pass, wobbles it down towards the pocket. Getting back is Worsfold. Sets the example for a man only 10 metres away, Morrison. You may remember in the first term, Morrison in a similar situation kept the ball in. Dipper?
Well, Stan, Al's just said to Stewie Lowe, as we saw Stewie Lowe there in action, if you can't mark the ball, just push the ball on. So his half forwards and full-backs be aware of that. So at all the time, just keep pushing the ball on.
Kick in well outside the defensive 50, looking for ball. Gathered by Banfield. Running support provided by Cousins. Left foot kick by that player. Bounces close towards centre-half forward. Getting back as Cripps. Or tackled by Matera. That was in the back, yes. And Cripps will be the recipient of the free kick at centre-half back. Away to Peckett. Peckett kicks it in the direction of Jones. Good mark by Aussie Jones. Very skillful player. Moves it on quickly. Keogh will look probably to get back onto his left. Yes. Back and then hooks the kick. Well, probably poor finish there by Rod Keogh, and the mark taken by Heady. Could have done a little bit more. When you get possession of the ball and get a clean kick at it, you should do a little bit more than what happened there. Wakeland for St Kilda from pretty well the centre of the ground. Kicks towards centre half forward. Gathered by Matera. Gee, you love to watch him and Robert Harvey, don't you? The evasion is magnificent. Holmes is marked. Runs away from Keogh. Holmes the kick towards half forward. Donnelly out in front there of Wakeland. That's Darryl Wakeland, number 15. Shane Wakeland, of course, number 12. Well played by Aussie Jones. He's just building in confidence each game he plays, season after season. Beveridge, little kick. Mitchell, he's had quite a few possessions since coming off the bench. That's possession number 7. Chopping it off is Stone across the half-back line for the West Coast. The ball spills for Worsfold. He can't control it. Beveridge. Back it goes to Trianides. Winmar tackled well by Heady, and the tackle should be rewarded.
Once the player gets swung around that far, Robbo, it's very common for the umpires to penalise him for taking too long. We see Nicky Winmar, he's grabbed there, he's swung around, he's still got the footy, and then doesn't kick it or handball it.
Very effective tackle by Brett Heady across half-back. His short kick has found Matera. Peter Matera. He's had 12 possessions. Back to Heady. Heady now out wide. And the mark is taken here by Cousins. Cousins for the West Coast. Kicks in towards half forward. McIntosh a long, long way out from goal. Shane Wakeland, number 12. And Philip Matera, number 33 for the West Coast. You can see 50 metres from the West Coast goal. The umpire will bounce.
Robbie, you can just see West Coast is really struggling to hold that forward line structure. Donnelly at centre half forward. He's not a big, strong centre half forward. He's more of a forward pocket or a half forward flank who can float in onto the play, whereas Lowe is just totally controlling centre half forward for the St Kilda side. That's where the Eagles are breaking down at the opposite end. Centre half forward is their real problem spot.
Darryl Wakeland slapped across the face then, and that's the reason for the free kick.
Kicks it up towards the wing. Heatley, almost a clever mark, working off Worsfold. Banfield again tidies up. Schofield, little chip pass. This is Reid, youngster from East Fremantle. He stepped up brilliantly to start this season. He kicks it inside the 50. Wakeland the fist away. Morrison tries to thread it across the ball. Nothing doing. Cook in the road, kicked it up towards the middle. Harvey. Brilliantly done there. It was knocked to him by Keogh, and Harvey's released, aided by a good shepherd back behind him by Hudson as well. Kicks inside the 50. Waiting in front of the pack is Beveridge. Beveridge with an interesting pass. Back goes Stone. Missed it. Swooping on the loose ball. This is Matera. 13th possession. Laconically on the boot, untidily on the boot. Beveridge in the road to Winmar. That was untidy as well. Winmar goes back to Beveridge. He runs to the 50, settles, then kicks into the oncoming Matera. Goes to Lowe on the bounce. Hand passes back towards Thompson. Good to see him back, but he can't control it. And across the line it goes. So missed opportunities for players at both sides right there.
We noticed St Kilda tonight, boys, wearing black armbands. It's for one of St Kilda's greats. Gary Collins' father died during the week, Jeff. So our commiserations to his family.
Luke Beveridge nearly picked up possession number 12, but dispossessed. The West Coast Eagles kick out from defence has been quite straightforwardly marked by Aussie Jones. St Kilda lead 34-25, a 9-point margin in favour of the Saints early in the second term.
No holding, no blocking in the goal square.
I'll tell you what, Robbo, in the structure of St Kilda, Brett Cook is very important, isn't it? That he can go into the ruck and allow Everett to be a dangerous player in the goal square.
Jones kicks to the front of the goals, but a good mark taken by Jakovic. Judged best, now being asked to play on, runs across the goal square.
Oh, chase him harder.
Well, that was Peter Everett.
Yeah, didn't have a dip at that.
The kick out wide is going to be gathered by Winmar. Plenty of time to steady and delivers onto the chest of Thompson. Thompson kicks St Kilda's first goal. Went off the ground about halfway through the first term with a bit of a leg injury, but looks as though he's recovered quite well. Worsfold marks. Away to Peter Matera. Matera goes for the big bomb. Out to a one-on-one. It's Zilla with Philip Matera. Zilla grabs hold of the West Coast player, but play allowed to go on. Peckett recovers. Little left foot kick is all right. Very well directed. Winmar marks. And he's just behind the wing, Nicky Winmar. Starting to gather a few possessions. So is this guy, Robert Harvey. Harvey coming up for kick number 7. 4 hand passes. Winmar 3 kicks and 3 hand passes. Stuart Lowe and Glenn Jakovic. Harvey still with the football. Umpire just asking him now to move it on. Kicks in towards Wakeland territory. Great leap and mark over the top of Peter Matera. Number 15, Darryl Wakeland. Applause from his fans.
Well, this is putting pressure on the West Coast Eagles defence at the centre half back. Now he's starting to come down and get involved in the marking power across half forward. Donnelly was just nowhere near him there.
It's a good mark.
It was. It's great to see these young boys emerging. They've been around St Kilda, he and his brother, for a couple of years now, but that was a terrific effort. He's kicked to the front of the goals. Is that a mark? It's not being paid. It is Brett Cook by the look of it. The ball falling close to the turf, and he's not able, he's a big man, but not able to control it as he went down with the footy. Stan Alves barking instructions. We have another look. He did get a grasp of it, but not able to take it cleanly, and then awarded the mark. The umpire will bounce about 30 metres out from St Kilda's goal. Stone down in the direction of Brown. Lovell has the footy. The umpire will take control and bounce once again. It's only about 30 metres out from the St Kilda goal, and Melbourne coaching staff there, Neil Danaher on the left and Greg Hutchison on the right. If they can beat the Western Bulldogs tomorrow night, their opponent in a semi-final will be one of these two. Robert Harvey, little left foot kick. Brown! Tony Brown, probably best man on the ground when St Kilda beat Port Adelaide at Football Park in the first match that St Kilda played in this 98 Ansett Cup, and he'll shoot for goal from about 40 metres out.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that assessment of Brownie's game against Port Adelaide. His use of the ball was sensational. This will be his first shot at goal in neither of those 2 games.
Good kick, though, by Tony Brown. It's a goal to St Kilda.
Well, it certainly took its time coming. The first goal of the quarter. At the quarter-time break, really both coaches would have had a lot to put towards their players in terms of their individual efforts and their work in close and their accountability on their opponent. And I think probably that has contributed to the game tightening up a little bit and been a little bit of drop-off on some of the skills. But here now St Kilda picking up the first of the second quarter.
Handy lead. The margin is down to 15 points, 6-4-4-1. Gardner goes up at the second attempt, knocks it forward. Winmar, though, comes away with it. In the back half of the square, chips out towards the wing. Keogh on the chest.
Great protection work there from Lappin. Just did enough to keep the West Coast Eagle player out.
Hickett's run on from left half forward. The high bomb down towards full forward. Low backs back. Djakovic got a fist on it that time. Holmes dragged down. Spills to Morrison. He's in desperate trouble. Goes towards Gardner. He's met solidly. Down he went. Great pressure. Sierakowski sharks it. Apologies to the family. There goes the kick. Off to the left-hand side of behind. Great pressure by the forwards there for the Saints. There were bodies flying everywhere. And the West Coast Eagles couldn't get a clear possession.
Gee, if David Sierakowski had got a touch a bit earlier, I'm sure that line would have come in, Dennis. Hey, I think you were ready for that.
Oh, come on, Robbo. Spontaneous, you know that. Hang on, I'll just rip up this piece of paper.
Peter Matera. 14 possessions to Peter Matera. Kicks in, but it's well marked by Everett. Gee, they've got some problems if he starts to make his presence felt, Peter Everett.
And look at the marking power there, Robbo, that Everett then was able to pick off Cook and give him the shot at goal. You know, we're talking Cook, Everett and Lowe, all players who can move forward, and then Heatley is the combiner of them all, that he can mark well, but he's also a very good ground level player.
Brett Cook, still a young man in football terms, 24 years of age, so he can give the Saints plenty of good service. Shot for goal. Looks pretty good. It is a goal to St Kilda. Very skillful player. Plenty of time there to steady. And then kick with his right foot into the middle of the ground, and Harvey has taken the mark. Fantastic player, Robert Harvey. Little left foot kick out wide. He's found Thompson. Thompson back onto the right foot. Kicks in the direction of Lowe and Djakovic. Djakovic from behind. Perhaps the ball carrying a little bit too far there for Stuart Lowe. Djakovic. Beaten for it was Holmes by Mitchell. Ball now at ground level. In goes Lowe. Goal number 4 to Stuart Lowe. Just irrepressible stuff by St Kilda. Numbers where the footy was. Spills to Stuart Lowe. He kicks his fourth, and the Saints lead this game now by 28 points.
And there's a great example here from Sierakowski of just get the ball free and not try and get your body free. You watch him here, down and bang, out goes the ball. The important part is how the ball's travelling. They say our side is quick. It depends not necessarily on their leg speed, but on how quickly they move the ball from one to another. That was quick.
So the Saints are making their move towards a semi-final berth. 53-25. Just under 7 minutes till half-time. The Eagles desperately need the next goal. Working over the ball is Cripps. Still Cripps goes. Taken high perhaps by Kemp. And Cripps will get the free kick.
50-metre penalty paid too, Dennis.
Socket away, was it? John
yes.
wasn't watching.
Well, it certainly moved well away from where the free kick was paid, but I didn't see who put it out there. But obviously it was a Eagles player that put it away from the contest. So 50-metre penalty results.
Cripps has got the ball.
I think it's probably frustrating for the West Coast Eagles at the moment, because moments ago they had it in their forward line, it's rebounded and St Kilda kick a goal, and now they're defending again. So tough times.
And possibly within range. Jason Cripps from right on the 50. Let's fly. Has it got the carry? Yes, it has. That's a beautiful effort. One-way traffic at the present time here at Waverley.
And Dennis, that traffic starting in the centre bounce. And Kilda now have cleared 10 times to the West Coast Eagles 4. And, you know, that's a real indicator of the dominance that St Kilda have at this particular stage. The scoreboard is reflecting that, but their cohesion and their linking up work inside the centre bounce is very, very good tonight.
Six and a half minutes left in the second term. St Kilda 59, lead West Coast 25. Winmar tries to break away. He successfully got the hand pass away to Brown. He's grown in stature, Tony Brown, in the last couple of seasons. No mark taken there. Again, the crumb gatherers are St Kilda. Zilla's left foot kick, a little awkward. Matera from behind. The ball spills now. This is Crabb. And a player injured behind is Banfield, by the look of it, in the hands of the trainer.